today.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defense in front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason, and runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it, eluding the pressure right. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there, nearly an opening drive INT. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. A big play there for Detroit. Well, if you pull up his college highlight reel, you will see no shortage of great throws, and here's one in his NFL debut for big yardage.
And this is going to be a big test early in his career. How accurate can he be on throws like this? If he keeps doing that, he's going to be just fine.
He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll set up a throw. He'll buy some time right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
And that is going to be pulled one-handed. Wow. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there for Detroit. Well, okay, he says, yeah, I see you, OBJ, from a few years back, but tight ends can make one-handed catches too.
Are you saying tight ends are wide receivers as well? That's essentially what you're telling me.
I mean, the lines are becoming more and more blurred.
Look, they're extremely versatile, make all the same plays, and those gloves, they work pretty well too. Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
First down, and they go with Swift again. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirected.
Touchdown! It's caught at the 1. Quintez Cephus from 10 yards out. And the Lions add on to their lead. So a good start. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
So, CD, big changes for 2021. Of course, last year we had the expansion from 6 to 7 teams in each conference making the playoffs. This year, the headline, the addition of a 17th regular season game. What did you think when you heard the news that this was happening?
Well, my first thought, partner, was finally, because we've heard about a 17th game coming for a long time, and now here it is. So the beautiful part about all of it is that 17th game is going to be like these interdivision, interconference type games that are going to match up and play out over a 4-year period. And that's kind of cool. And I was looking forward to seeing some of the matchups that were going to come out of that for that 17th game. And could that be the game that decides a bunch of division titles?
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because...
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Eric Armstead just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
I know I'm supposed to do the analysis here, but I've got to ask, how did he stay alive that long in the pocket?
Yeah, great footwork, which we know he has. If he would have been able to stay alive, get rid of the ball, or run for some... Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40, before being taken down. A big connection on that one. 39 yards. Defender was right there in his shorts. Is that one of those situations as a DB where you just tip your cap and say, nice catch?
Well, you're supposed to, but a true competitor, he's not tipping his cap at all. He's upset he's still...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Tarvarius Moore in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 24-yard line. Another completion there, and we think back to the draft in the spring. This franchise essentially handing him the keys to the operation, a top 5 pick. Charles, how ready do you think he is?
I think he's ready for the NFL in terms of size, speed, the makeup of him, the character of him. The key's going to be, will this team accept everything he brings to the game and adapt to it, not just necessarily plug him into something that he doesn't do well.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Here's a 2nd and 7. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Looking for Hockenson, and he's got him. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hockenson there to make the... The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's airing it out for Williams. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards.
I'm seeing a lot of hands on hips in that secondary, and I suspect a lot of mumbling under their breath as well, because this defense has had no answer for the passing game here in the first half.
And he whips that one incomplete there. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season.
All right, we'll save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded just outside the goal line. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about.
What's the deal, y'all?
So that a free 15 yards.
And it's always a tough one as a defender, because a lot of the penalties that you commit, pass interference, holding, when they happen, you have...
Here's a handoff to Swift. Stops shy of the 45 despite some powerful running. Fred Warner, first-time All-Pro in 2020, in on the stop defensively.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens.
And this is caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A big connection on that one. 36 yards. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook, and that's when they hit them with the play action.
And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there on the sack to bring up 2nd and goal.
Well, surprise, surprise. 1st and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak. No running play. They decide to throw for it, but the pressure got...
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. DeAndre Swift. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Lions are... The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
They go play action here on first. And the Niners get there and bring him down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
They'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play there for Detroit. Pretty good play by both the thrower and the catcher there, Charles. Third down, showed a lot of trust in his receiver.
And what I liked about the play was his receivers understanding that everything wasn't on time back in the pocket. Rhythm was off a little bit. He adjusted as well and gave them a chance to complete that play.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Not today. Go.
On first down, Swift. 84 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Now they'll try the jet sweep here. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Second down and 7.
Right there, 54 Mike. It's our field.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He'll drop this one off to Swift. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to bring up a third down. A nice throw there. We've seen a lot of those from this young man. How would you assess, Charles, his first start thus far?
I think it's been everything that they could have asked for because he's handled all the basic things quite well. And even some of the wrinkles that have been thrown at him, he's shown a lot of poise throughout and made some nice plays.
Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11th. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And their lead will swell up to 28. Now following the field goal, what can this offense do? We're about to find out. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Staying on his feet, steps away to his left. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
But to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know. I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. A tough run, but not a huge gain. Dropped at the 25. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? They'll try and run here with Swift. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
Seibert's kick is good, and that will extend the lead out to 24. So now we're in the final minute of the game in the fourth quarter as this offense gets ready to take over. They'll run on first down. Swift, he won't go down. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So now we're in the final minute of the game in the fourth quarter as this offense gets ready to take over. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Second and 11 now.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
On the handoff, this is Swift. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Go! Cougar 19.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Lions, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they